Here we are. Camp. Whew. I'm not tired. You're tired. Oh my gosh. So one thing to note, I am 100% going to have to A, get a new pack, one that's actually meant for this, and or two, lighten my load up a bit. Okay. Whew. I want to set up here for a minute. After we cool down a little bit, it's too hot. Got too many layers. Whew. But we're here, National Forest. Got my pack with me. We'll go through it as we go along here, but even though it's probably 60 pounds of gear, there's almost nothing here. I got a sleeping bag, my hammock, the tarp that goes with the hammock. I do have a cast iron skillet in there for cooking, so that's going to be probably 12 pounds by itself. Water, some dude wipes, nylons for rigging, some water bottles, and like a little cooking pot. I mean, I do have another, like, that's just in the backpack. Separate than that, I put on my cold weather gear for walking back here. We'll probably take it off. Not sure we'll need it at all. It's supposed to be between 20 and 40 all week. I don't know how long I'm going to stay out here, but it's going to be between 20 and 40. So when it gets cold, I might want this, especially if I'm trying to sleep and not tend to fire. But most of the part during the day, it's going to be warm enough, especially if I'm moving around or if I'm playing with the fire. It's going to be plenty warm. So that was just a backpack. I did bring an axe, a file for my axe since it's getting a little dull. I got my 22 rifle in case I want to go squirrel hunting while I'm out here. Maybe bring some extra food in. My everyday carry, some extra ammo for the 22. That's really about it. Can't think of anything else that I really brought. But once again, as we pull it out and we use it, we'll go over it. But the plan is, this tree here, this tree next to us, we'll set up our hammock, clear out some of this growth, probably put a fire right here where we're standing. We got a nice creek here. Let's see if we can't grab a picture of it. So like I was saying, we'll set up a hammock between this tree, the big one, not the small root coming off of it, and this tree. So we'll have, it's about a 13-foot span there for our hammock. And we'll set a fire right here. We'll maybe stack up some stuff on the other side of it. Make a little barrier. We do have a running creek here. The top of this is a hill that doesn't really have any water, so some of this is spring fed, but we have a water treatment, a water purifier that we'll use for this water regardless. But I did want some running water just slightly nearby. One, because last time I camped, I was a quarter mile up a hill from water, and it was terrible trying to truck water back and forth. And also, if I cook, I want to be able to just rinse my dishes off in the creek and then be right back at it. So I thought it'd be great to have a creek next to us. I thought about going to the lake and camping over by it, but I didn't want any of that cold air coming from the lake. And I kind of figured that this area here, we're kind of on a hill, nestled in between some stuff, so we're not at the lowest point that's down there, but we are kind of tucked up a little bit, so we should have some protection from wind and whatnot. Like I said, it's only supposed to be between 20 and 40 for at least the next 4 days, 3 days. So I don't know if we're going to be out here for just a night, 2 nights, 3 nights, whatever it is, but I guess we're just gonna see how it goes. I did bring some food. We'll get into that as we make it, I guess. But I guess for now, we're ready to set up camp and start enjoying our camping trip. Like I say, with it being less than 40 degrees for the next few days, all this food I brought, I'm not worried about chilling it because it's effectively going to be refrigerator temp out here anyway. With a little botulism. Maybe we'll bring this down a bit. Pretty tall. Alright, that should be good. Finally got it going. Got a little pocket here. Should be good. Oh. Okay. So that's good. Throw our sleeping bag in there. Big old. My last hammock was much smaller than this one, so I'm glad I got this one. Alright, close up our bug net. That's good. Now, let's fill up our tarp. Anyway, we can. It's not, like I said, it's not supposed to be raining or nothing, but it's always good to keep like the dew and stuff off you. See where this one lands. I want it. Is this long enough? Whew. Man, certain sensations, they really get to you, you know? Like people talk about, I still, like rubbing nails on a chalkboard. That's, you know, a lot of people have that sort of sensation, irritability, I guess. One of mine is like nails over or skin. Man, just thinking about it's like making me hurt. Rubbing up against a trampoline, that feeling where like you rub too quick and it makes a zip noise. That, or what just happened to me, which was this paracord rubbing across the bridge of my ear, and it made like the exact same feeling. Whew. Man, I bring tears to you. Alright, so I don't have enough to go to this back one. I could get another cord and just double it up, or I could try to get to this base of this little bitty one here. I think we're going to try that. Let's put you back over here. You can probably see that, I guess. So we're going to take it down here, see if this will work for us. that's our, we got our tent, our tarp over top of our hammock. And in our hammock we got our bug net and our sleeping bag. And then I may actually pull this up a little higher. I may pull this up just higher. Maybe I'll run a line from here. So, I was getting firewood. I was chopping up a log, sawing it, chopping it, sawing it. It's taking a little more effort than I thought it would, but that's what I was doing. And I thought it was getting colder out, so I was working a little harder trying to get some more firewood. I got some, but as I was doing that, as I was getting colder and colder, I thought, man, temperature must be coming down. We got about an hour of daylight left before it goes over the hill. But yeah, temperature's probably dropping. Then I checked to see what temperature was, and it's still 40 degrees, which isn't bad. But I realized it wasn't getting colder. I was just sweating, and the sweat was getting cold, right? So I stopped. I finished cutting that log, but then instead of there's some pretty nice down logs through here, full trees, and I was planning on cutting them up, but it's a lot more effort than just walking around picking up small, sizable logs. So I started just picking up small, sizable logs, trying to cool down a little bit, get my body temperature back down. That way I can stop sweating, because whenever the sun does go down, it's going to drop down 20 degrees. So figured, try not to get sweaty, try not to get my clothes sweaty that way. I do have layers, so I can take some of them off, but I'm just to the point where it's pretty comfortable right now. It's a little warm, but not enough to be drenching in sweat. But if I take my shirt off and I start working hard again, I'll probably just keep sweating. So we'll just calm down a little bit. And I got some firewood. I got some bigger logs over here on this side. Bigger logs over here. The log I cut, I just laid here on the side. It was too big. I didn't want to cut it again because it was taking too much effort. So I just took some of these dead logs that I chopped and made some barriers. And then I'll just have my fire pit right here. It won't be a very big fire. It's just enough to exist, be cozy, and to cook some food on. So that's what the plan will be for that. Like I said, I got about an hour of daylight left. I do got some food I need to cook up. I was trying to think of what I actually ate today. And I think I had some peanut butter crackers for breakfast, and then I grabbed like a Monster Energy for lunch. So that's all I've ate. I'm not hungry, but I can kind of feel myself fumbling around out here in the woods. Good news is, as I've been out here cutting and whatnot, I've been seeing and hearing squirrels run around me. So it's a pretty good opportunity for me to get some squirrels. I might try doing that tomorrow, since how we only got a little bit of time left in the day. I still need to get the fire going and cook up some food, which I can cook up some food at night once it gets dark and I get the fire going. But I think that's what we'll do. We'll get a little more wood, just walk over here in the woods and find some dead stuff, bring it over here, stack it up, and just prepare for the night. I went and found, as I was walking over there looking for barge, found a bunch of this grass that's all dried up and just everywhere, and it's really dead and dried up. It kind of reminds me of corn stalks whenever they get dried out. So that should work wonderfully for us. So we'll shred that up, make it nice and fluffy. The more surface area you have, the easier your spark's going to land and take bite. So we got that. Then we got a bunch of small pieces like this that is dead. You can, if you bend it, and if it bends, it's not as good. But you need it to actually snap. If it bends, then it's not quite fully dead and dried out. So get a bunch of this stuff. Get your fire, your spark catcher ready, and what we'll do with it is we'll take all the grass here. You can use leaves too if you got really nice dry leaves, but take this grass and I'll fold it up over top itself, make a little ball, and then I'll just ring it back and forth, push it in and out, try to create as much surface area as I can. It may look like I'm wadding it, which I am, but it's also fluffing it up at the same time. So we'll get that. We'll set it down right there in our fire. So the ground is wet, so I put some dried logs down on top. So as our fire is starting to ignite and just getting going, I don't want it to be touching that cold, damp earth and it drawing the heat out of it. I want it to sit here and burn on top of these logs. And it will eventually burn these logs out, but by then it'll be enough residual heat to where it won't matter. Now these fire sticks, they do have a coating on them that you probably want to get that off before you really start trying to use it. So I'm just scraping this coating off right now. So we'll see how this thing originally does. You don't have to have this. Really, this is the main ingredient here. You can use your knife blade, obviously, as I was taking this off, you can see that. You can use your axe handle, really any sort of metal, really iron, you can take this off of it. Oh, the stump right there. as I'm starting to put a little bit larger logs on here, sticks, in preparation for going to be cooking. I want a little bit larger sticks on there. That way I can let it die down a little bit, spread out some of those sticks, and then be able to put my skillet on top of it. But I had forgotten that I had brought some stuff to make bread. So I got some bread flour here with some yeast in it. So all you need to do is add some warm water to it, and then knead it up, and then just keep it warm for 12 hours or so a day, 12 hours, whatever it is. So what I'm going to do is I'll end up having this for breakfast. Fry up some bread. So I'm gonna heat some water up, and then I'll pour some in here, and I'll knead it up, and then I'll stick it in my shirt. So while I'm waiting for this fire to kind of chew through some of this wood, we'll go ahead and do that. So let's get our stuff out. We got our cast iron skillet, our lid for our skillet, a light, and a whole bunch of paracord in case I need it. We got some dude wipes for when the need arises. We got our little mini Stanley, it's like coffee. It's just a little pot for cooking. It's got a little lid on it, and then it's also got some cups. So that's good for making some stews or some soups or teas or just warm water. So we'll use that here in a second. Got some more ammunition for my 22 that I forgot to bring last time I went hunting. Got my 2 separate knives here. I got my skinning knife, butchering knife, and then I have my log splitting knife. Handle for my pot in case I need it, it gets hot. Our water bags and filters and whatnot, all for purifying water. That's really about it. Oh, and the food, I guess. And everything else I pretty much showed you. So that's pretty much all we brought. Now, in saying all that, this thing still weighs quite a bit. So, like I said, we're going to get this fire ready to cook on. Get some of this larger stuff on here. Get some of this larger stuff cooked down a little bit. That way we can make a flat area to be able to put our pot or whatever we need on there. And then we can start boiling up some water, heating our skillet up. Okay. Wow, that thing is just pretty solid. Let's set that right there for a minute. Put a little bit of fresh wood on it. Allow it to keep cooking or to keep burning while we're cooking here. Just add a little bit. Okay. Put this over here. Don't want to happen is for a fire to go out. So we'll add a little bit of stuff in between the wood here. Let it keep at least smoldering a bit. It's not even screwing. Yeah, it is. So put that on there. I want to keep the lid. Yeah, I'll keep it. Keep it just like that. I guess we don't really need the lid on it either, but it'll be alright. We'll just set it right there. Let it get warm. Put some potatoes in here, some water, let them kind of boil up a little bit. This thing's not exactly level, but it's okay. A little more level. Okay, let that simmer. Tonight we're gonna have potatoes and just some chuck steak and some shallots. So we'll kind of have like a little stew. Got my my dough here. Got that water hot. Put it in here. You know, I'm kind of kneading it a little bit, but I need to go ahead and get that skillet hot. So I pulled it off and then threw it on there, and now I'll keep kneading this for a little bit until I can't really see any more just regular dry flour, which is pretty much in there. And it was pretty hot water. It wasn't boiling, but whoo, it was hot. So that's pretty good. So we'll just keep that close to us. And then tomorrow morning we'll see about frying it up and see how it does. So while these potatoes are cooking, I went ahead and filled up these bags with water from the creek and used the rest of this water to fill the pot, pan, whatever you want to call it. Fill the skillet up with a little bit more water. Potatoes are getting there, but they're not quite done yet. So before I add the steak, I want to get them a little bit more tender. But since I'm out of water in this jug, I figured I'd go ahead and show you guys this water filter system. It tells you right here on here how to use them. But basically, fill these bags up with your dirty water, and you take the lid off here, and you'll screw on the filter right on top of it. Okay, when it's good and tight, then you can just open up your container you want to put the clean water in. Take off your cap, and then you just squeeze the bag. The first time you use it, you'll get a little bit of sediment, so go ahead and push it through. Unfortunately, the GoPro died, and that style doesn't have batteries, separate batteries. I don't have a charger out here to be able to charge it right now, but I just want to show you guys that we got the dry stew coming along. I was going to make a wet stew, but I kind of just went with this instead. So it's pretty much done, so I'm going to pull it off, let it cool down. That way we can go ahead and eat. So pull that off, just set it to the side right for a minute, and get our fire going back. And we'll eat, and then just enjoy the fire for the evening. Go to sleep. Without the camera working, I'll probably just stay tonight. So I'll probably make a video. I'll probably hop back on my phone here and record the dough and how it comes out and what we do for breakfast. But then we'll probably pack up and get out of here. But kind of a bummer. I should have brought my solar charger. I don't know where it's at, but I should have brought it so that we could keep the GoPro going. But in the end, you live, you learn. But this should be all right. It's a good first camping video. I'm sure we'll do it again. So I'll hop back on in the morning whenever I get breakfast going, and hopefully we'll get some good footage out of it. So until then, I guess good night. Well, we're back at the truck now. It is the morning after the camp. I ended up having to restoke the fire about midnight, and then I hopped in bed, went to sleep. I got up about 2 o'clock, looked over, fire was out, which is fine. I kind of expected it to go out, and then probably 4 o'clock I woke up, and about 4:30 I woke up and decided to get the fire going, preparation for breakfast. So I got it going, and I got the bread out, which honestly, that yeast activating overnight, it kind of had it in my hoodie pouch, and that thing put off pretty good heat all night. So it was like a little mini heater next to me, which is pretty cool. I stayed fairly warm. I was getting a draft through the top of my sleeping bag, but it wasn't anything. I mean, it was really warm inside there, especially with my winter gear on. But like I said, I made some bacon, and then I put the bread in the bacon fat and cooked it up. I ended up having the pan too hot, so it cooked a little too fast, but it didn't cook the inside very well. And on top of that, it was just a very yeasty tasting bread, so I don't really care for that type of flavor. So I ended up really not eating it. I just ate a bunch of bacon, and then we waited for daylight, packed up camp, and put the fire out and hiked back up here. I will say that the hike in and the hike out was the worst part. I had way too much gear. I think next time I'll probably, instead of that little bitty handsaw that I had, I'll probably get a nice bigger folding one and just bring it. No axe. I'll keep bringing that little pot with the cups in it, but I won't bring the heavy skillet. I may get like a little griddle or something, like just a thin sheet metal. Maybe bring something like that, something light, because that pack was entirely too heavy, and it was really just the sleeping gear, the tarp, the hammock, and the sleeping bag. Other than that, I mean, there was not a whole lot in there, but you figure a 12-pound skillet, and then another 8-pound, 9-pound, 10-pound axe. That's 20 extra pounds of weight you just don't need. So I could shorten it up quite a bit and get in a better backpack, the one that actually supports well on your either your shoulders or your waist, depending on how you adjust it. Would really help with weight distribution and probably help get rid of a lot of that weighty feeling for it. So those are some goals for the future. Like we talked about before, the GoPro died not even all the way through the first night, so I'm gonna need to figure out a way to make that last longer, or to make camera of some sort last longer, because effectively 4 hours of video won't cut it if you're trying to do a 3-day camping trip. But it was fun. I enjoyed myself. It's always great being outdoors. I got to see some deer walk past, got to hear the coyotes howl at night. and the owls and all the little creatures walking around. So it was nice. It was good. It's always nice being out in the woods, having a campfire, eating some nice food. So it was enjoyable. I encourage anyone to get out there and do it, even when it's 20 degrees out like it's been today. I think right now it's 30 degrees, so it isn't too bad out, as long as you're prepared for it. So it was good. Until next time, take it easy.